Hi, it's the Vibes. It's your boy Dame. Much love. Subscribe to Dame's World on the YouTube. Follow me on the IG if you're seeing this on that platform. We got a topic of discussion been going around lately. So I guess this is a what would you do? First episode in Dame's World. What would you do, motherfucker, if it was you? Tipping. Been a lot of debate, a lot of controversy as to whether or not one should tip a waiter or Uber or any situation where gratuity or tipping is implored, you feel me, by the business and the corporation. Is tipping mandatory? Now, this has been the topic of discussion in the debate. You've been getting people ridiculed for not tipping. You've been getting people standing their ground saying, I ain't got a tip. So we're going to break down the science, and then we're going to ask, what would you do? But first is the science. First is the facts of this shit, because we're in a world where niggas like to omit facts. And we not doing that in Dame's World. We going to get the facts straight, and then we can get to niggas' opinions and what they would do and all that good stuff. But the facts come first. Is tipping mandatory? Now, what is tipping? Tipping is a gesture you do to show appreciation for somebody serving you. Whether that's driving you around, whether that's bringing you, cooking you your food. When you tip, it's just a gesture of appreciation. Thank you. Here you are. Now, is tipping mandatory? Now we got to get to the science. What is tipping? AKA gratuity. What does it mean to be gratuitous? Hey man, you look nice. Ma'am, you look pretty over there. Oh, thank you. That's a gratuitous action. Tipping, gratuitous, is uncalled for, complimentary, but most importantly, uncalled for. A gratuitous action does not have to be done. It's done out of gratuity. So, be it that a gratuitous action is uncalled for, gratuity or tipping, at essence, is uncalled for, meaning it does not have to happen. That is just a fact. When you go to your store and restaurant and you eat and you do not tip, but you pay your meal, you did what you had to do. Now, you didn't do what you were suggested to do because maybe you didn't feel the gratuitous nature or whatever it is. You didn't have, but you do not have to tip. That is the fact. Now that we got the facts out the way for everybody, all the emotional drones probably mad. It's the facts. But now that we got the facts out the way, then we can ask the subjects. Should we tip? Now, this is my opinion. Historically, workers are exploited by the people that they work for. You know what I'm saying? So, tipping helps put them over the balance, helps tip them over the balance financially. So, tips do a lot for the workers. And I'm a believer in the collective. So, I'm for the people, not for the corporations. So even though the corporation is dirty macking their employees, as somebody eating at a restaurant, I feel that it's partially my duty to help someone a part of the collective. Be it the busboy, the waiter, the person cooking in the back, being underpaid. So personally, a believer in collectivism, when I'm able to do it, I will tip. However, there's circumstantial things in factor. For example, being black. Black people have been stigmatized as not being good tippers, but there's a two-way street to this. For one, black people get bad service a lot in these restaurants. So let's say I come in first, which has happened. I come in first and then people come in after me and they get served before me. I'm the only black person here and the waiter is talking to me as if I don't have money. As if she don't want to be here around me. As if she knows I'm not going to tip. So this service was not gratuitous. You feel me? The service did not make me feel special. I didn't feel like a friendly, happy endeavor. So gratuity being uncalled for after bad service and mistreatment and discrimination, a lot of the times I feel like, hey, I don't want to tip her. She was rude. She was mean. They came late. They didn't give me good service. This is why tipping is gratuitous, uncalled for, because I feel like tipping at the essence is dependent on the interaction, the service, the exchange. I get in the Uber ride, have a dope conversation, somebody's just catering and treating me like a good person. I feel like giving them something extra. Gratuity is almost reciprocity for the service if the service is viable to you. So, bad service, discrimination, I can understand why somebody would not tip. Another factor, your pockets is slim. You don't really have the money to tip extra, but you have the money to eat, take your family out. Hey, you don't have to tip. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? It's an unfortunate situation, but I think we misplace the blame with the people, the tippers, or the people being tipped, when it's the corporation exploiting the workers, forcing the tip to be mandated. Some restaurants got mandatory tips. That's like saying, okay, if you come eat here, help us pay the workers. Mandatorily. You don't have a choice. I think that's uncalled for. So essentially, for me, at the essence, I struggle with tipping independent of the service. Like because I'm a believer in the collective. I believe I should help those who need help. But 2 points, sometimes I might not have it. And sometimes the service makes me not want to tip. So my dilemma is, should I tip independently of the service, or should I tip based on the service? But the fact is the fact. You do not have to tip. If you don't want to tip for whatever reasons, you do not have to tip. If you are a collectivist and you believe in the proletariat and the people who are underpaid and exploited, then you probably should tip if that's your belief. But at the core, you do not have to tip. Some people get horrible service. Some people get mistreated. Some people get the wrong orders. Some people get, they just don't have a good experience in the endeavor with an employee. And to me, that warrants not giving gratuity because it's not mandated. So with that being said, man, what would y'all do? You feel me? Likely I'm tipping. Usually I'm tipping. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. So sometimes I don't tip. You feel me? And if the service is bad, sometimes I'm like, you know what? You did bad, but fuck it. This shit. Fuck it. Independent of their actions, I still need to hold my own ethics. But sometimes their actions get to me. And it's like, you know what? You served 3 motherfuckers before us. I feel like it's because I'm a nigga. You see me as a nigga. And you treated me based on being less than, I'm not tipping you. It's that simple. So with that being said, for me, it goes both ways. What would y'all do out there, man? It's your boy Dane. What would you do episode 1, man? We gonna keep these going too. A new segment alert, motherfucker. Peace.